Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. Welcome to a traditional Zendikar Rising best of 3 draft on MTG Arena with your host, Travis Semulin Sowers. If you'd like to watch the drafting live, you can do so at www.twitch.tv/Semulin. Right now, we're having a little bit of a hiccup in Twitch, so you may see me responding to comments people are leaving in my Discord as well, because apparently the chat's a little bit borked. So this pack leaves a little bit to be desired. I don't think it's a great pack, but I think out of the cards that are presented here, I'm most interested in the Gomafada Vanguard. I found this to be quite good in Red-White Warriors, playable in Green-Red as well, basically any red set, and I'm trying to leave myself more open than I used to the different color combinations. In the past, I've been kind of trying to avoid red because I felt like people were fighting over it. But my intention is to take what I think is the best card out of the first few picks. So we're going to do that here and take the Gomafada Vanguard. It's also really fun to say. But this does not mean that we're red. The best card here, far and away, is the Master of Winds. Like, sometimes the winds are uncontrolled and you need to master them. So what common do you take over that? Maybe a Royal Eruption if you have an exceptionally strong preference for red. Maybe some removal spell. I don't know, but I'm happy with it. I'd rather have opened this pack, frankly. Okay, so we've got an opportunity to play blue flying things. Now, I talked about this some in a draft I did yesterday, in that you can get into a situation where you're valuing the high drops more than you should be. But I think that this is worth it. Now, we're going to need to make sure that we pair with a color that has some good early drops, because we're currently very heavy blue. But like where we're going now, yeah, what am I supposed to do? They're feeding me the good blue cards. I can't not take them. I suspect we'll end up green-blue based on the Rabid Bite and the Scythe Cat still there. But we'll need to wait and see. I'd love to see a Lull Mage's Familiar in the next pack. There's not one here. I don't like Umara Mystic enough to take it here. I don't think. Convince me that it's better than picking up a Squid. If you can. I don't think it is, because it forces me into red when I don't really have a reason to be playing red. And right, like what this deck wants currently is just 2 drops that are really good at blocking. I'm marginally interested in the Divner too, but I want to make dang sure I've got good blue 2 drops. Now we can take the Divner. Like, all I need my 2 drops to do is block so I can win with flyers. But I'll take the mix here. Because right now we have this, but there's like 0 incentive to actually play it. Pack Beast is fine. If we do get some party shenanigans, I'm happy with that. I certainly don't need these. I've got better 3s already. It's a wizard for this and anything else that we care about. To no one's surprise, Golgari is for some reason open. There's a possibility I should be taking the Gnarlrid Colony, actually. Yeah, I think I'd rather speculate on the Gnarlrid Colony. Because I think this is our signal that green is actually open, and I should be valuing the green cards. This pack sucks, there's nothing in it for anybody, and it's okay. I'll take a Deliberate. You can play that as filler if you need to. Same with Scale the Heights. Yeah, here's an acceptable 3. But this is an acceptable 3 too. The glitches on desktop, chat is working on mobile. Okay. Nice. I think I'm going to take the Sentinel here. I still think there's a strong possibility we're going to get into blue-green kicker. Yeah, I think there's a real possibility we're going to do that. But I still need one more pack. Because this gives me decent twos. And just take that for signaling purposes. I don't usually play it, but you can. Nothing wrong with spare supplies. There's an argument that I should have taken the Cinderclasm there. I zoned in a little too quickly. I'm just going to take the blue card for signaling purposes again, too. But I think I should have taken the Cinderclasm, because red's not off the table. It's just not particularly likely. So I think this is our moment of truth, right? Like, the safe pick is the Windrider Wizard or the Field Research. The decision pick is the Lull Mage's Familiar, which I said I really wanted, or a Thundering Rebuke. And I think I'm going to go with the Lull Mage. I think we got enough indication that there were people not drafting green, and this is giving us 2-drops that we want, and potentially making them better, and we've already got a couple kicker cards and something that's expensive, that this is exactly what we're looking for. Welcome back, Techno Shaman. I'm sorry about the Twitch chat bugs today. We're doing our YouTube video currently. I don't mind one Turnt Timber aesthetic in these decks. Pretty obviously, Solemnity Vision's not going to do much for us here. I'm kind of wishing that I had taken the 2-mana Rampy Dude earlier. Rebuke is good, but I didn't see a lot of good red coming through. I don't think we're supposed to be in blue-red. I think we're supposed to be in blue-green. We'll know in a minute if I'm fantastically wrong. Nothing convincing me of that yet. I do need to find like a Rabid Bite or two. Wouldn't mind some Bubble Teas, but I'm pretty happy to just jam out with Gnarlrid Colonies. Royal Mage is probably something we're going to be interested in. Like, right now, it's not actually getting anything back, so you could make an argument that the Visionary would be better, but I want to build a deck where this is good, so I'm going to try it. But I need to see 2 Rabid Bites and a Divination. We could play a Deliberate and a Might of Murasa and a Spare Supplies, and I don't think I'd be too embarrassed at doing that. Some decent red cards here in the Hellion, but I don't really like the Lagak or the Smellcraft very much. There's some world where we splash a Blood Beckoning, but I don't think it's very likely. I might play a Riptide. All right, blue is drying up here. Green sort of is. There's also no red cards. It's a weird pack. Where's my End of the Royals, yo? I may not get any. I don't think we're going to be a 2 Riptide kind of deck. So I'll take me a Zendikar. Well, our tags are getting to the point I could consider playing that, but I don't think I need it. Okay. Here's some of the things we're looking for. It's a bit unfortunate that they're all wang-jangled into the same pack. Because I want a Broken Wings, I want a Divination, and I want the Umara Wizard. But I think we've got to pick what we want most, and I think the Broken Wings will help us hit land drops. I said Broken Wings, I meant Field Research. This is embarrassing, though. Like, obviously, that's unfortunate. I think I would play one more Squid. I think I would play 2 of these, but I think I'd rather have the Visionary here. This is a fine spot for it. If we get a ridiculous kicker payoff, I might want this. Like, say we open, what's the thing that does the stuff? Drakes, Roost of Drakes. Don't mind having access to that. I think our color pair's open. Those packs just broke weird for it. Wizard count's high enough that we could consider a Relic Amulet too, but it wouldn't be wonderful. It would just be okay. We'd probably end up playing the Deliberates just to get enough triggers. Yeah, it looks like right now the only way you can be watching on Twitch is if you're watching on mobile. But good news, this is the YouTube draft, so you'll get a chance to rewatch it later. One of the things WotC has said is very important to them is something called as fan. That's as you fan out a pack, you want to make sure that there's cards of every color in it so that everyone that plays Magic, whatever their favorite color is, there'll be something for them in this pack. And this is a great example of that technology at work because as a green player, we can take Scale the Heights, which we're pretty excited about, or we can take Glacial Grasp, which we're also really excited about. I should see 3 really good blue cards in a row. There's one. Good day, Joe. Nectar Pot's probably in this. I think I'd play the crabs with 2 Lull Mage's Dominations. Well, we know blue is absurdly open in this direction. We got past the Master of Winds, the first Domination, and the Falconeer. So, yeah. What if we took that? What needs to happen for this to work? We need to either splash it or just ditch green entirely. That's going to be incredibly difficult because all of our 2-drops are green. And yet, I think I'm still going to try to do it. Meh. Too late. I found something better than you. $16 cards, huh? This is going to be interesting. We're going to feel something, which is what I've been saying I wanted. I could also just be an adult, take the Reclaim the Waste, and splash these 2 cards. Fine. Fine. What if I splash that too? How bad is this mana going to be? Because this is an 18 land deck right now. I could believe we're sort of doing something here. Like this is the deck. Maybe this is the deck. Maybe this is the deck. Maybe this is the deck. So how do we make this work? We cut out spare supplies first and foremost. One swamp in the deck gives me 3 sources, so I'd probably want to play 2 swamps, a ton of blue, and a decent amount of green. I'm still playing the, like, looking at this pile, we're playing the green so that we can splash the black. If we could make the deck work without that, we would rather. But I don't think we actually can. That means Dauntless Survivor's not particularly good. It's just a 2/2. The squids block better. And I was already happy with one of these, so let's just be happy with one of those. The Riptide looks kind of crap, though, doesn't it? It's not like we're kicking a ton of stuff. But it's a 3-drop, and it's a wall. I think I can get behind that. This is going to be an awkward mana base. Because I've got to have at least 8 blue and at least 8 green, which I really can't do. I'm going to have to end up cutting one of the forests. Because I technically only need 1 green to get going. This is... You can select this sleeve. That's interesting. I thought that was just kind of... Why is there 2 of them? I don't know. It's weird. I'm interested to see how this one plays out. Let's do our Stream Raiders battle and then give this a go. The power's there. I hope. Hero J's like, don't worry, I'm a turkey, but I got this side covered. That's the special old sleeve. Maybe I need to look at it again. Adam with the kills, Gina with the assists, rewards for Kamon, Techno, Miklas, and Orcish Artillery. Let me look at those card sleeves again. Oop. Like, this is the important content people want to know. These are the same sleeves, John. What are you talking about? These have always been the default. This was a special one that you unlocked. I actually like this one. This is just 2 copies of the same sleeve. You have gone mad with power. No. I remember using that as... I remember using a code to get that sleeve. I don't remember what it was. A long time ago. It was one of the first cosmetics they had. Check the tapes. Check them. Ooh, lordy. I do not like to mulligan in limited. But I'm gonna. Okay. This one's like get to 4 and we'll talk. I'm game with that. I'm sorry, Hogwarts. That does sound pretty infuriating. Well then. No, I used a code to get the black sleeves. I remember it. I remember. Well, I was going to take this, but now I kind of want to take that. I guess we kind of have to try to take both of them. What are they getting back? Fisher Wizards and those dudes? That's okay. This is 4, right? Like, this is not untapping for a while. Oh, I guess it untaps on our next turn. Neat. I believe you, John. I'm just saying, I know I got the black ones from a code. Can you determine where the black ones came from? Something funky is going on with Twitch right now, yes. Starter styles. Thank you. So in the end, I was right, is what you're trying to say. I don't know if we're going to make it here, boys and girls, but we're going to try. Looks like we're not. Holy carp. How do you beat Drana and Leyline Tyrant? I'm not entirely sure that you do. All right, so Zendikar can at least block them, which is something. The Diviner really can't. I don't think that's how we're winning. Like, I thought we were way ahead there, and then they went Tyrant into Drana, and we took both of them and still died. I may want neither Diviner, because like, the 2 cards they have that we care about, it just doesn't interact with it at all. I might rather just make sure we hit all of our land drops. Don't I have 2 mythics? Do I? I don't think I do.
Go away and never come back.
What's up, Cagman? We've been live, but Twitch was having some issues, apparently. The Scion I'm a little less scared of. I mean, it's still obviously a problem, but it's one that we can potentially answer. I don't need more green, I need more blue. Is it a fish or a wizard? I'm not entirely sure. It could be both. It could be a wizard fish. I think we take this as an opportunity to start getting a little bit of damage in. Because worst case scenario, I can buy that back. Might be something else I'd rather buy back, though. It's pretty good. Our board state looks a little less strong now. Fish-wizard relations might be the next big thing in politics. Man, it'd be nice. I don't see a real reason not to take it. I guess that's how we beat them. They never draw the 2 bombs. I do like taking out the Diviners, especially if a lot of the removal is Molten Blast. Yeah, without those 2, this deck is not nearly as scary, but we were in a position to be able to beat them there. We just didn't have to. There's some argument that I want a Cleric of the Chill Depths. Especially when going on the draw. I suppose I could take it over the spare supplies, but I feel like I need every single piece of card draw I can find so that we can, like, I'm probably going to have to 2-for-1 myself in some cases to beat their strong cards, or at least deal with some leftover value after I've beaten their strong cards. So that seems important to me. You know, I could take it over the Sentinel. If they're playing a bazillion Molten Blast, that's not going to save me. And I think Nectar Pot may actually be stronger in that scenario then, because it can gain me a little bit of life, block the 2/1s and 2/2s. So I think it is time for a Nectar Pot. I don't really mind them using a Molten Blast on the spare supplies after I've already drawn a card. That seems fine. I'm just going to set up for them being able to have a Drana here in a minute. We're going to have to work to grind through this crap. I wanted to be able to take that, but I can't, which puts us further away from being able to deal with Drana, but we can try to make something work here. Problem is I don't even have anything I can play to block that. Man, this is even worse. Okay, then we can try to find the land to take it. Okay, that's a start. I don't think I need Blood Beckoning. It's too slow. Well, if I'm going to trade off resources forever, I do. This can at least block that. I'm looking at the life gain as doing something, and I don't know that it actually will. Because next turn we have to steal this and hope they're done. You can get BB back. What's BB? Yes, we can get the blood beckoning back, but that's not what's going to happen, right? This is just not saving me now. Because we're taking 8. That's the really scary part. We're at least taking 8. Potentially more. I want to do that, but I can't do that. We have to hope they're on basically nothing. Like, this is me going to 1. And then trying to recover next turn, which I don't think is super... Yep. If we'd had that land a turn earlier, I think we get to do something there, but we missed 1 land drop, and that was game. That's a shame. I think this is a good deck. GG's. No, they didn't hit either mythic in the game we won. Yeah, sure, Synthetica. And I'll do it now. We're doing the YouTube draft for the day, but it's not bad to have it discussed there too. So the MTGA draft app lets you draft outside of Arena. You can draft anything you want. If you want to go draft Ixalan because you're some sort of monster, you can do that. You can do sealed pools from any format. You can do all sorts of cool stuff. The way we do it is you sign up there, then I'll post a link to come draft in the app. After we've drafted in the app, which would be drafting with random packs, so you never know what you're going to get, which is kind of the fun part for me. In a regular draft, we'd sit down and all have like 3 packs of whatever set is the current one, right? It could be Zendikar Rising, it could be Kaladesh Remastered, whatever. That was our first round, Calzad. After you've done the draft, you export the deck to Arena, and we'll post pairings, and you can then use those. I think we just want to block here. You can use those to find your matches. You do direct challenges and play out the games on Arena. It's pretty easy. You just sign up. The main thing you'll want to make sure you have is a couple wild cards, unless you have a pretty big collection. I think I'm still interested in blocking, but we're just going to keep playing blockers. It's the MTGA draft site. You can do a quick Google and find it. I think I've still got it up, though, so I can give you a link. Oh, there it is. John's got it. Are they looking to kill me with Lagax, eh? This was not able to block because of the Gomafata Vanguard. there's 5, 6, 7, 8. So over next turn, I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think we do want one more land. Technically, I could have left the other one under it because it's going to shuffle back in anyway. This seems particularly sus. I don't know what they're supposed to have, but I'm not dealing with it this turn. That's awkward because the scry doesn't matter. Sure, we'll keep them. This is lethal, right? Because they're taking 10 in the air, and then I've got 6 trample, 2 would go over, 7 trample, 2 would go over. Like, they obviously have a combat trick. Oh, they've got that too. I may as well just kill them in the air over 2 turns. What's with the Molten Blast today's? Yeah, they're starting to main deck Molten Blast, which is terrifying. It's a good card. I'd really rather people didn't play it. So with the land, we're at 9. They swing team, block, block, block. We take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Glacial Grasp means we do have an attack here. What? With this, I just block, 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 and take 3, 4, 5. They've got a Might of Marasa. It might have been drops and I missed it. Which sucks because I'm going to lose to the Might of Marasa now. There's nothing I can do about it, right? Because they're going to be able to cast +5/+5 on one of these. Actually, no. They're not. Because as long as all of these are blocked, I'm okay. I'd go to 1. 5, 6, 7. I'd go to 2. If it's a Royal Eruption, they got me. I like that, though. I So as you can tell, I played perfectly. You can tell that I played perfectly because I won. They call that results-oriented thinking. You want to base your thinking around the results that you had. I could sort of see an argument for the Nectar Pot again, and the Sentinel was particularly unimpressive. I think people can tell that I'm joking when I say things like that. I hope they can. I have not done that yet. That does seem like an interesting one to try to unlock, Trevor. They're going to Molten Blast it. Ugh. Can I get there is no cost to splashing and alternating caps, please? Thank you, Noki. There we go, right on time. Thank you all very much. I'm glad chat is working again so we can have meaningful interactions here on Twitch. Whoa. Meaningful, yes. Yeah, any land gets us to stable adjacent. Problem is there's a good bit of reach in their deck, which is what I'm a little scared of. Yeah, with that I think we're dead, right? Like I block this, I take 5. I play this, play the land, block that, take lethal. Just needed to hit the lands. A bit sooner than we did. I do like the introduction of the Nectar Pot. If we could have cast it there, it would have been pretty good. I'm starting to think, again, I should trim a Divner and just play, I don't know, 3 mana, 3/3 sort of thing. Really have that. I guess I could play this dude. Just something else to play a little earlier. We're missing blue here, but remember, green gets us blue. So we've got a good bit of draws here to actually hit the lands that we need, and we've got something to jump in front of the Pack Beast school bus. We could also just hit the blue, which is my preference. I figured we probably had that one. That's how we drew it up. All right, let's do our Stream Raiders battle, and then I need a quick potty break, and we can finish out the draft. To battle! We must conquer Retrolandia. Looks like we're doing okay in the middle. The right flank is very close to crumbling. But that batch of second tanks moved in just in time. If that Scarecrow can hold out a little bit longer... Yeah, we got it. We got it. That's all we needed. Some of you had to sacrifice your lives in order for me to attain victory, and that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. Robosh with the kills, Orcish with the assists, rewards for Techno Shaman Yak and Kamon. And me. Neat. Rolls for Travis. Alright, y'all get your units placed for the boss fight. I'll be back with you in just a moment, and we will finish out this draft. On this one, it's been a while since we've done these. All you have to do is defend the eggs. You don't actually have to go kill anything. You just have to make sure these eggs don't die. So we're going to defend the eggs. All right, I'll be right back with you, folks. All right, here we go for round 3. Fight. There was a lot of good stuff in Shrek. It's just a good movie. Well, I like some of what this hand is offering. Magic, thank you for the host. If you were coming over from the Magic channel and like Limited, you're in a good place. We play a lot of it here. The chat does appear to be back. Whatever shenanigans were going on earlier in Twitch seem to be mostly resolved. We need to turn this green so we can draw some lands. I don't think I want a Royal Mage out just yet. I might need to, though. I need to hit a green next turn, ramp a bit, and then just start taking their things. So green mana one-time dealer? I'll use my one-time for this video right now, because I think it'd be really handy. That's not the green mana. We can get them for holding up dirty counterspells. And maybe make them think I'm holding up dirty counterspells. That costs 2 mana. Any land here is really good. Do you see? Do you see what we could have done if this was a land? Do you see? It could have been so good. And it still potentially could be. I just really need that land. Come on. This is a 2 mana creature. I can steal it with a land. Does that work the way they think it does? It looks like it does.
Only scratched the surface of Zendikar mystery. Gotta stay one step ahead of death. Control without empathy is just cruelty. I see how all this connects now.
Imagine drawing lands in 2021. We can still pseudo recover if there's a land on top here, but if there's not, we're just done for.
Piece to the puzzle. Let's see what I can do with this.
Yeah, so I'll put some Jace in your Jace in your Jace. I think I'm on land or scoop, which is unfortunate because I really just wanted to scoop.
For others, I should do better. Solving mysteries is my specialty. Now here's an interesting idea.
Fine. I guess I don't get to use my aesthetic. Or my Verazol. Really, it's their Verazol, but you know what I mean. Now they get it back, but that just means I can take it again. So realistically, this is not a problem. I think that means we just jam here and pass, because if they're going to get that back and recast it over a few turns, that may be our line back in.
Every thought matters.
They have a Balagad recovery in hand.
Aha! Just what I was looking for.
That is the way. Because this is getting bubble snared. There's nothing we can do about that. We're taking 5, potentially 7. There's nothing we can do about that. But I suspect their next turn, that like this extra 3 mana is getting the Verazul back. At least I hope it is. Nope. That's Danger Ops. Enough of this. Just get your good card back. You know you wanna.
What a refreshing thought.
Hard to tell how many cards they have left with those sleeves. It looks like there's just 3 cards there. Do these sparkle or something? They're pretty cool though. There we go. This is what we want to see. Thank you. Sorry, you could probably hear that upstairs.
This will have to do.
Make it as big as you can, please. Like, how would I ever beat a giant creature on this board? It is super safe for you to just cast it out. You should totally do it. That's why you got it. Twitch is just being weird today. This is how we drew it up. Your go.
I have a lot to think about. Another answer, another riddle.
No. Jace doesn't have an ult. I don't think any of the planeswalkers in this format have a true ult. Here he can ping stuff if you have equipment, and Nissa can reanimate crap, but it's not really an ult. May as well take the Jace out while we're here. Yeah, and like these cards don't do that. Okay, we're down to 9 cards.
Where's the next puzzle? Well, I'm utterly vexed.
It took a while, but we didn't just beat 1 Jace, we beat 3 Jaces. And then we lost the game. That was fun. Man, we hit that land drop 1 turn earlier, that whole game changes. So part of me wants to adjust the deck a lot and add in a bunch more cards, but I don't think that's really viable here. That has a bit been the story of today. I think we just didn't draw the lands in the order we needed it. That doesn't actually help against a Cacophony Might of Oaks. It just makes it mill you for more. Like, they're not a mill deck. They're a deck that has Cacophony in it. Right? So half of 50 is more than half of 40. We didn't lose that game because they had Cacophony. That was just something that randomly got us. We lost that game because we didn't hit our land drops. This hand, even though it can go 1 and 2, isn't good enough. This one could be. They weren't that aggressive. I'd like to try to hit this on 4. Ideally, we cast Field Research on 3, and then this on 4. There's a chance I just, rather than draw them, put them in play. We can scry before we get the lands out. That's pretty good. And we can also just cast this. Attack for 4. I'm not opposed to that. They need a wizard's trap to get me here. Might of Marasa. Interesting. Give yourself the opportunity to get a reward after you've finished your database work. That seems pretty good to me. Doesn't matter what we put there. That's unfortunate. But it's better to have the spell shield out of their hand. Because that could have prevented us from stealing something, which we'd very much like to do. They've got their rebuy card, dude. No, they've got Verizol. Okay. Well, I'm not going to not try it. Why'd they leave? I was having fun. Were they not having fun? The other story today is sometimes opponents have mythics. And I don't. But in that case, I'll just take their rares and win with them. I like it. I've basically made their Verizol unplayable, which is just hilarious to me. We will do the Stream Raiders battle in just a moment. I want to see if we've in. I'm probably going to end the stream around 7 tonight. For it is raid night in the World of Warcraft. They're not getting me with that disruption this time. You're gonna trade that with this dude. You may not like it, but it's gonna happen. Dang it, Bobby. I'm gonna have to try to kill him quick. They got me. You reckon they scooped to this? kind of hope so. That's not going to do it. They are dead. That was a good match. Boop! Alrighty, chat, say goodbye to YouTube. YouTubers, thank you for tuning in and checking this out. If you would like to watch the stream live, you can do so at www.twitch.tv/Semulin, as long as Twitch is working. It did go through a pretty big hiccup today, but frankly, that just means we've got this video now up on YouTube, so people can catch it there. Chat, don't worry. I think we're going to do one more and then call it a day.